In 1957, on October 5th, Russia launched the world's first man-made satellite into orbit. This ushered in a new era in innovation. Innovation that created medical devices, the joystick controller, which I'm sure most of you understand what that is, 3D graphics, virtual reality, smoke detectors, satellite TV, satellite navigation, and too many to list. My name is JD Enright, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of TMG Core. And we are, first and foremost, a cryptocurrency mining organization. And this is our Sputnik moment. One of the things, let me just back up here, sorry. One of the things that's important to understand is what is mining and what does it take to mine? There's three key elements in order to mine cryptocurrencies. You need to have a stable power infrastructure. You need to have access to mining technologies like miners and hashing cards and firmware and software. And you need to have a stable environment in order to operate that equipment. So why is China the global leader in cryptocurrency mining? This is a picture of Sichuan province in China. It has a cool climate. That solves the climate problem. It has a significantly underutilized infrastructure. It has access to low-cost power through coal and hydro generation. And probably the most important thing is that in China, they developed the most advanced cryptocurrency mining equipment in the world. But they're not alone. Russia, Sweden, Iceland, they're all in the same, they fall in the same mode. But yet China controls the global market in cryptocurrency mining. It's time for the United States to step up and participate in the global blockchain infrastructure. I worked roughly 9 years for the Department of Defense many years ago, and during that time, I saw how important it was and what innovation does, not only to the US economy with respect to generating wealth and jobs, but how that crosses over to the global economy. Now, that's not to say that we don't do cryptocurrency mining in the United States. We absolutely do. This is an industrial-scale cryptocurrency mining operation right here in the United States. It's in eastern Washington in the Columbian Basin. This particular deployment in this area is on track to control 15 to 30% of the global Bitcoin mining. There's two things wrong here. One, it's extremely inefficient. And two, it's very unsecure. Okay. How do we make it better? TMG Core, as I mentioned earlier, is first and foremost a cryptocurrency mining technology development operations. We went out in the last 5 months and did a number of things. First and foremost, we went to China. We traveled the globe. We looked and purchased and tore apart and looked at the best mining technology the world has to offer. And guess what? We said we can do better. We looked at the economics behind mining. How profitable is it? What does it take? What's the energy? And we said, we can do better. So what does that mean? In 5 months, we've deployed a 150,000 square foot Class 3 data center right here in Dallas, Texas, in the United States, capable of 100 megawatts of mining. We've partnered up with the brightest minds that exist to develop the most efficient and profitable two-phase liquid immersion cooling mining technology that exists on the planet. What does this mean? What is two-phase liquid immersion cooling? Our Hydra Pods, we call them Hydra Pods. There it is, right there. It's a 1 megawatt Hydra Pod skid made up of two 500 kilowatt pods. This takes the computational power required for roughly 12,000 square feet of data center with a cost of between $14 and $16 million in MEP fit out. It takes the cost from $15 million in MEP fit out to $1.5 million. It takes the square footage of 12,000 square feet for a 1 megawatt deployment to 540 square feet, a 3-car garage. This exists. We built them, and they go live at our facility at Legacy 1 on July 16th of this year. We've also gone out in the last 5 months, and we've developed partnerships with the best ASICs manufacturers in the world. We've developed a custom ASICs mining hashing board specifically for TMG Core, specifically for two-phase liquid immersion cooling. Nothing else like it exists in the world. The density on this board is like nothing ever seen. We are able to control the environment within our Hydra Pods extremely well. Now, it's very complicated, but we're able to do it. We've done it and we've perfected it. What does this mean? It means we can hash 40% more efficiently and generate 40% more profit than anybody else on the planet, and we're doing it right now because of our overclocking. What else does it do? It eliminates 90% of the cost associated with HVAC, because normal, standard, air-cooled mining is very inefficient, and it costs a lot of money to remove the heat. We also are not dependent on Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. Who doesn't love Bitcoin? But we also mine roughly 20 to 30 other coins and tokens. And we do this completely automated based on the economics of that particular coin at any second through our hashing pool. We understand how important it is to be good citizens of the world when it comes to the ecology. And therefore, we have already begun the development of the world's largest 100% renewable energy, two-phase liquid-cooled mining operation that has ever existed. And when that comes online, we will launch the world's first 100% renewable green hashing pool. Pretty special stuff, isn't it? 5 months. 5 months. 100% renewable energy. We've also developed something called SEP standards. Let's face it, in our travels, and I'm sure in your travels, there's a lot of really flaky people in this industry. Let's just put it on the table, right? How do we wrap some guardrails around this, right? How do we wrap around some regulatory structure, which is important if we want institutional type of investment to happen in this business. We've taken it upon ourselves to work with members of legislation in Washington, D.C., along with our attorneys at Jones Day and others, to architect something we call SEP. SEP stands for Security, Efficiency, Profitability, and Professionalism. Physical security as well as security of our systems. Efficiencies around how much power we use. Profitability, making sure that our shareholders, when they invest, have something to invest in that has a future, to drive innovation. Because if businesses don't last in this industry and they fail, then innovation stops. And professionalism, how we interact with the global community. We are a company of inclusion. Our partners hail from Russia to China to Finland, around the world. And that's important. TMG Core has thrown the gauntlet on innovation through our world-class, state-of-the-art technologies to the partnerships that we've developed through the global community to ensure that we can continue to play our part in sustaining a more secure and stable blockchain both now and for generations to come. Thank you.